La 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 la. La 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 la. Very good morning. That didn't work. Well, that's a bit better. Stuck. Good morning. It's a bit cold this morning. But we're indoors. Good morning, you beautiful people. Time to rock, Friday is here. Time to shake your booty. Almost the weekend. Tomorrow is a special day. "200 years ago, the first train carried passengers. George Stephenson. Many doubted George in the day, but he still went ahead with his plan. Darlington to Stockton. Just think, if George had give up, we wouldn't have modern trains to travel on. Stevenson. Surely by the grace of God, lived in the northeast of England. So, how are we all this morning? Yeah? How are we all this morning? Yes, tomorrow is a mega important day. It is the 200th birthday of Locomotion 1, which went from Darlington to Stockton in a time trial with paying passengers on. And a lot of people in a lot of different places were well miffed because they betted against him, and guess what? They lost. So, never judge a book by its cover. Yeah? Which is why in my little videos this morning, I mentioned the legend George Stephenson. So, yeah, tomorrow morning, BBC, ITV, Channel 4, and all the rest, Sky News, will be up in a place called Darlington. Humblebee, play Led Zeppelin. What I'm going to do is A Whole Lot of Love, Communication, and a few others, but Stairway to Heaven, yes, that's a classic. Yeah. Jimmy Page on guitar. I'm not as good. I'll never be as good as Jimmy Page, no. But yeah, so got something to tell you. Okay. Now I'm just gonna. Good morning. How's the form? Right. So this morning, yeah, this is where I found out, because Inu had asked this question, and am I a Rockefeller? Do you mean like is in the family Rockefeller? No. In Swindon, I think. No. Well, you may be in Swindon. I'm not. But I was asked a question this morning. So I done digging. Oh, you mean the big explosion that happened down there? It was on the news. They didn't cover much of it though. NITHEESH. Can somebody tell me why Mr. Bean Teddy is here? Where is he? Where's Mr. Bean? Welcome in, everybody. Yeah, it was at a factory. And I got some good news for you today. So mega good news. Now, if I get 26 likes, I've got 4 at the moment. If I get 26 likes, you get the good news. Bush straight in there. And we got GOKU. Hi, Grandpa. My dad's from Highworth. Okay. And we got Scarface 4. You're old and experienced to answer my question, sir. Why did you ignore it? I didn't see your question. What was... Hold on. Let me just... That was from somebody called Scarf... Right, so let me just go. Whoa. You're old and experienced. I've done that one. Let's go back. Right, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? We got Kevin. Good morning, Kevin from the United States of America. Kevin, I want, if you could possibly give us a shout out to your American friends. To come and join the party. So I'm looking for. Nope, can't see it. I cannot see it. Free yourself. So we've got little case Israel. Israel got told off. They got told off by the current president. So we've got 28 here. We've got 6 lakes. Yeah. CH. I don't even know what that means. Lucas says 109 countries. SOFEA. When I spell your name out, I'm dyslexic. Apologies. Says Palestine. Well, there was a thing on the news about that where the president has turned round and said they can't do something with Gaza. I don't know what it is, but and that I'm not even sure what that name is because it's written in a foreign language. It says yes. Shane Massey, how are you, mate? I am outstanding today because I've just sent an email about 40 minutes ago and I've just got a reply to that. Geez, hey up, how are you doing? So yes, it looks as though one of the projects is going like who remembers Eddie the Eagle? Who remembers Eddie the Eagle? Scarfaced 4. Just let me ask all of you then. If immigrants came into your house in England and changed the locks in your home, well, how are they going to do that? How are they going to come into your house and change all the locks? Because surely they've got to get through the front door. How are they going to do that? Stay blessed, buddy. Take care, says Shane. Yeah. So, right. Okay. Now, and Vivian, was Eddie the Eagle a stuntman? No, not quite. Eddie the Eagle was Britain's only ever ski high jump. He went to the Olympics. He went down the slope and went whew, and drifted and landed. And yeah, they were huge, mega jumps. Little Caesar making this poor man answer political questions. Well, as long as you don't swear, as long as you don't do all caps, I'll give you a little bit of a break. Yeah, because that is in a video. There are multiple videos already done. Being awake at stupid o'clock, and I found loads of stuff out today. So, do you like cold water or warm water? Well, depends. Evel Knievel was the stuntman. Yes, he was. Evel Knievel. I had the bike in the old days when I was a little nipper, where it had the Evel Knievel bike, and it had a red stand, and you go windy, wind, and then it would just like shoot off and he'd pop a wheelie. They were excellent. And you could the toy the actual bike and Evel Knievel were practically undestructible. He did jump buses. He also went and jumped. He was refused permission to jump the Grand Canyon, so he went and jumped something else. Equal temper. Guess what? You've got 30 seconds to remove that comment because, yeah, it's not nice. And I've already made comments about that. Andrew, using your expertise, would you say if EPL had a salary cap, it wouldn't work? They've already, I think the 20 teams have already said no. Thank you, Equal Temper. Much appreciated, mate. Yeah, there is not going to be a salary cap because you have to have like out of 20 teams, you have to have 20 teams vote for it. How old am I? I am 58. I will be 59 in April. Messi or Ronaldo? That is Messi all day long. You obviously didn't watch. That's been retracted. If you're on about Bo Selector or something like that, I didn't. I never watched that. Ronaldo. Well, Ronaldo is a very, very gifted person. You know, I mean, I think he's 42. I think, but to still be playing football at his age and earning the money he's earning, wow, spectacular, man. AKASH. Hi, mate. You good? How's your day been? Long. I've done multiple videos. 3 a.m. for you, little Caesar. Well, I was up just after 3 a.m. this morning. ULTI is saying, hello, how are you doing, lad? Good, mate, good. So, let me just punch something out here. Manthan, do me a favour. No all caps. Do your first letter as a capital, and then tell me what you're gonna say. And 30 seconds to remove your comment, and then you can put it back in, but proper words, yeah, because all caps is frowned upon by YouTube. Okay, so come on, everybody else is doing the same thing. And if by the time he gets to 25 seconds, I thought all caps might help you read. I can read pretty good. It's where I struggle with is names where I spell them out. But all caps is frowned upon. Okay? Do I like Cheryl Cole? Is Cheryl Cole the one who was in a all-girl band? Geordie Lass. Is that the one you're on about? Because she married a footballer and she did some brilliant songs. Super TNT. Eat potatoes for long life. Okay. Heavy metal footy. How many subs do you expect by Christmas? Well, the message I sent to a lady you're going to see very shortly, I'd like to be just behind Matt Armstrong, BMX. So if you know who Matt Armstrong BMX is, he's got 2 channels. Yeah. If you know who he is, I'd like to be just behind him. What does all caps mean? It's frowned upon in. Oh, yeah, we're gonna. I just thought I'd press that button. There we go. It's pressed. That call is because most of the village are old people, and you press a button once a day or they ring you. So that's what that is. Smokers 93, delete your message because I don't like it. So delete your message, and you've got until the next minute comes through, or I'll delete it and you'll be putting a timeout. Geese, Oasis is the best band of all time. Well, if it wasn't for Noel Gallagher in Oasis, I wouldn't be playing. Thank you, Smoker 93. I wouldn't play guitar. Even though I have like lots of heavy metal bands. Iron Maiden is one of them. Black Sabbath is another classic. Led Zeppelin. I just love heavy guitars. Potatoes or roots? Not good. Okay. Do you use PayPal? Do I use PayPal? I have PayPal, but we have a system here. You go along and you press the $sign, and it'll take you through to something for super chats, super stickers, memberships, etc. And if it doesn't come up, go into your settings and accept it. If robots could play, would you play them? If robots could play, they do. Robots do play. Where is it? Japan. I'm sure they have robots that play football. Big D Dix DIX is saying not even going to make fun of you. Well, that's a good one. Thank you. Have a good day. He's saying. Yes, that's why it's frowned upon. Matt Armstrong has 5 million. Yeah. See, one of the things in the videos I've done today, which are behind the membership, yeah, that's saying to you what I've been told through a 10-week YouTube content creators course, where all the big guns, the larger channels, over 1 million plus, came in to speak to all of us to say, you want to grow? This is how you do it. And to show Motso, my manager, I'm doing that. I've got to put that in video and then tell you. That's why I'm telling you. Because, like I say, this grows a community, and we want a community. Well, I want a community here of thousands, so that the chat has to go on slow. Yeah. Lazarus says hi. Lourdes Sanchez says, why would anyone want to make fun of him? We're going to get old. Yeah, everyone gets old. You cannot escape it. But there is something you are going to see really shortly, which does this. If you look at my face, yeah, look left side, look right side, yeah, watch this, yeah, you see that, yeah, it's the product contains something which tightens your face. There's also a product which is women would use it more, which is like a face mask, yeah, where you paint it on and your face goes rock solid for half an hour, then you wash it off, and wow, your face just feels pure invigorated, man. And so Ryan donated through Super Chat. Well, nothing's came through on the Super Chat. So it's where your comment is, press the dollar sign, etc. So let's show you something important. Yeah. Because Minana used to always say to us this: if you can see something with your own eyes, you're going to believe it. So, bosh, bosh, down, and excuse me, excusez-moi, pardon me. Right, are you ready for this? Just waiting for it to load up. Yeah, here we go. Bosh. Now, can you see that? Yeah. That's from a current minister, i.e., part of the cabinet. And that is the third email towards what's going to come. That means full jobs, yeah, and that will mean below where I sit within the company, I'll sit at the top. I'll have a transport manager below us, and what you're going to see, do you remember when I said to you about behind the scenes? Well, behind the scenes is I'm going to be doing a video live where got a driver going through the villages, and I'm just going to be sitting there and I'm going to be nattering to the passengers. And what I'm going to say to them is this: when we get to the terminus and they start to pile onto the bus, I'm going to turn around and say, if it's morning time, I'm going to say, "Good morning, everybody. Um, I have a question for you. Please stick your hand in the air if you agree to me filming this trip." So that'll be from where the terminus is through village, village, village. Yeah. All the little villages. Yeah. You're going to see some fantastic properties, man. And if all these people turn around and stick their hand up in the air, then I'm going to turn around and ask their opinion of what they think, what they would like to see. Yeah. And I do know some drivers up home, up Newcastle upon Tyne, music on the bus ain't allowed. Not allowed. But different areas have different rules. So they will be able to, like some of them, where they've got the radio thing, they will be able to turn around and say, right, put one of my videos on, and some of the vehicles down here have a screen. The screen is roughly about, say, that size, and it'll tell you, that screen tells you the next stop. So it may be that it does that, and they get to see me when I'm playing guitar. So it's all about an expansion. Yeah. Bill is saying, this is Madness. Madness is a band. Never forget that. Yeah. Good morning, Dan. Just got here. Anything good happened? Yes, Dan. You'll have to go back to the beginning, though, to find out. But welcome in anyway. Yeah, Dan. We are very, very close to green light approval. Okay? AYUNA Ko. Is that a G or an E? 6. Hi there. Green light, yes. On one of the memes. And yeah. So, will you be interviewing passengers and having it all depends. I mean, that's an option. It's just an option. Or it may be have it where the music is playing, just the music, and like there is just the music, and there's the music gets interrupted by next stop, or the next village is Bosch. Do you know what I mean? Hold on. Bernie is saying free Nelson Mandela. He is free. Well, he was free. Everyone called it ages ago. You're on to the next idea. And ditched. No, I haven't, Bill. No, I haven't. What I need is what I've asked for 6 times. I need you to look at the apps and you to put in the comments, this is wrong, that's wrong, the other's wrong. Then what I can do is copy and paste it into the prompt box and say, there's a problem for you, there's another problem for you, there's another problem. Do you catch me drift? Because if they can see messages, it's all right me turning around and saying, oh, I had like 100 people on this morning on my YouTube live, and all of these people turned around and says, this doesn't work, that doesn't work, the other doesn't work, and all the rest of it. But if they can see individual people's comments, they've got to act upon it, because at the end of the day, it's a paid service. Bill, a lot of people in my comments around the March, April time said, you're struggling, which was obvious. I was struggling. They also turned around and said, AI will go and whiz past you, which is correct. AI is having multiple billions chucked at it. I mean, multiple billions. So AI is for 2025 to, I would say, 2035, and then it may evolve into something else. It's not going to work, Paul, because you need to code some yourself. Well, it's funny you should say that, right? Because one of the biggest, which is Claude, yeah, Claude has evolved from 3.74 to Opus, and there's a new one coming out, yeah. And I said to Claude the very first time, I am coming here, and my knowledge of coding would fit on a first class stamp. Can you help me? And it said yes. Bernie says, free what about another northern AI? I think it's called YI. YI, man. Gives a canny bag of crisp one. Heavy metal footy. Paul, what is the green light apart from an automatic email entry? Well, you'll find that out because a lot of the content from that is going into behind the scenes. So as the action kicks off, it'll be videoed, and then that video goes behind the scenes in the memberships. So it'll be all there for everybody. Dan, it can help, but it's not capable of Dan. If you're going to put an advert, let me just explain this to you, Dan. Okay. If you're going to put an advert across the television and YouTube saying, come to us and tell us your idea and we will create it for you. If you turn around and you make that statement, you've got to back that statement up. Would you agree? Because otherwise, the Ofcom people, that is that organization that regulates advertising, would stamp down hard as if you were squashing a bug. Yeah? Funny how the apps don't work. Dan, put in the comments. Use this video when this video is run through its time. Use this video and tell everybody, but nicely. Don't use swear words. Don't use all caps. Be nice. And I will copy and paste your comment into the chat box prompt and they will see it. Yeah? If you don't put the comment, I can't put the prompt in. It's like buying a car. Where's the key to get in the car? Do you catch me drift? So you put the comments, their comments will go to the staff and they are obliged to fix it, because if they don't fix it, come the back end of October and I'm paying for it, I'm writing an email to the boss of the company to turn around and say, okay, you're having a load of money chucked at you. I have a problem. Sort the problem out. Otherwise, I'm going to contact the American regulator. Okay? Dan says, the staff, Paul, come on. Yeah, the staff. Yeah, different emails. Not the same person. Bill is saying they don't work for us. The team at Lovable is almost 40 strong. That's not computer generated bots in the picture. That's real life people. And look it up. Look up when they had the funding round on Google. Look it up. If I can find this information, you can too. That's an AI, really. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'll tell you what I'll do. Yeah. I will find out today who the advertising people are over in the United States of America, and I'll drop them a nice little email with my idea on Lovable, and I'll say I'm paying for a service and all of my subscribers are screaming at me because I'm paying for a service. uh Paul, Heavy Metal 40 is saying, Paul, you should know the problem yourself just by looking at it. So Heavy Metal 40, let's be honest here. Yeah. Let's be honest, very honest here. If I walked into a college, yeah, on a Monday morning, yeah, Nottingham City College Hub on a Monday morning, and I expected by the close of play, 5 p.m. on that day, I'm an absolute expert at coding. Would that be the true case? Or would that be pure fantasy? Which? Hmm? Which? Come on. No, it's not. Because you're trying to say it's totally different. What I'm trying to say to you is that I've got learning difficulties. Go back through all my videos. You'll hear about it. I'm dyslexic. Yeah. And years and years ago, when I initially bought the Udemy course, it was to learn at my pace, to contact the tutor of the course. And I have contacted that teacher of the course more times than I've got fingers on my left hand, fingers on my right hand, and toes on my feet. And he's not answered one question. So I went a different route. Bill is saying if you learned the code since when you started properly, you'd have a website up now. The websites have, and this is a main ingredient of seekingyou.org and geordienation.co.uk. Artificial intelligence is in the background, and it's there because if somebody wants to post, a content creator wants to post their content after they've done a live stream, the second they press stop, the AI agent then moves forward from the background and says, right, you have a Twitter X account, you have a Facebook account, you have a TikTok account, and it will go ping, 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 ping. Your content. You don't touch it. It does it for you. And that is because watching people who have millions of subscribers. Yeah. There's a whole library of people who will tell you, Christian, yeah, art, we are no good. Go and watch his videos. We are no good. You don't believe? Go watch his videos. Go watch anybody in that genre. Because when you start looking at Christian's videos, um, Christian, I think it's Persilelli or something like that, it's called. But it's his business. Yeah. And he shows you Bolt, he shows you Replit, he shows you Cursor, he shows you Windsurf, he shows you Claude. The guy's got he did have 890 odd thousand subscribers. So he knows what he's talking about. Cure Boy. Hi Paul, seeking you is not working. Right. You must have missed the part, Cure Boy. You must have missed it. So I'll repeat it one last time. Type in the comments on a video so I can see it. It comes through my side. I copy and paste what you say and I put it in the prompt box. And then the team from Lovable, the team from Replit, then have something to chew on. And if they don't fix it by 1 month, then they get reported because they are taking money from people and not doing a job. That's like me driving a bus and saying, hey, there's nobody at the bus stops. You've got to stop at the bus stop to pick people up. If you don't stop at the bus stop, likelihood is by the time you get back for your dinner or the end of your shift, you're going to be pulled in. And somebody's going to have a word with you, and then probably the next day, you will be going to speak to one of the senior staff. Why are you not picking people up? Yeah. So that's my point. And if you put in the comments of my videos, I can then copy and paste your comment into the prompt box. Say, here's 1, here's 2, here's 3, here's 4. If it takes an hour for me to get through all of your comments and show them, they then know. And if I turn around after I've finished doing all of your comments, I turn around and say to them, 1 calendar month, which is 4 weeks. You sort in 4 weeks, or I want a complete refund and I will report you. And I will report. Because at the end of the day, I have wrote to prime ministers. I got ripped apart at my depot for doing that, but I still did it. And there we go. I am not scared to go down to London and go into the big hall where all the MPs are, knowing which one I'm looking for, and turn around and say, excuse me, but you're not answering my questions. Yeah. I'm not afraid to do that. CEZ, what's this guy yapping about? I'm just explaining to those in chat. Issues they need to put in chat, put into the comments on my videos, and then I can say it to these artificial intelligence builders. Here's the problems. If you don't post it, I can't share to them. Pete saying he doesn't know himself. Pete, as I go backwards in time, read the comment. Yeah? Read the comment. I'm 58 years old and I can read comments. So, read the comment. You're going in a timeout. Silly thing to do. And Morgan G, what is the best Iron Maiden song? Ooh. Damn. Trooper's got to be there somewhere. Run to the Hills. Wow. That's a hard one. What was that? 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 What about the ERC20? That's what I was speaking to the minister about, because I've got to go through the consensus. That's going to cost me money to go through the consensus. And I need 51% saying, and if I get 51 or higher, it goes straight onto the exchange. And then when it goes straight onto the exchange, I'm putting a massive chunk into a DeFi pool. And what they're going to give me will be put into USDT, converted from USDT back to GBP. And then that's one of the things I mentioned this morning. If I'm going to buy anywhere land, I need planning permission granted. Otherwise, I don't buy. There's no point buying a farm if they're not going to let me do what I want with it. So that's what the ERC is about. No, I'm not saying in chat. I never said in chat, Dan. What I said was this: in the comments on videos. Then I can take action, because I copy and paste and I answer as many as I can. So, Colin from Bath. Well, yeah, man, a canny cherry pie and a canny bag of Tudor. Lazarus, I just tried Geordie Nation. Geordie Nation has not been paid until later on. And then Geordie Nation will be back. Dan is saying, okay, then how can we put comments on what? When you're watching, like, let's say that I'm going to give you an explanation, Dan, straight up. Yeah. This video is now 54 minutes. Yeah. So if I stop this video at 1 hour and you wait till 2 o'clock, yeah, that video will be live on YouTube. Watch the video, and then underneath the video, make a comment. And when you make a comment, do one of them, yeah? And when you've done one of them, if the hype button pops up, do some hype points as well. Because the hype points are for you. Okay? Heavy Metal Footy saying, Dan, no point, man. Why is there no point? You can't fix a problem if you don't know what the problem is. You can go to a garage and say to the guy, I need my engine fixed, But if he hasn't got the key for your car, he can't start the car and listen to your engine. Okay? Right. So, I've told you if the website's not working, the app is. And if the website's not working, then I'll get in touch with Netlify and say, why is it not working? Considering it's being paid too. So I will check and verify everything today. And it's going to be a long day. It may be that I'm still doing stuff 1 a.m., which is going to be a real long day. Cure Boy, I don't think seeking you will ever work. I'm one person, Cure Boy. One person who had the idea in the first place. And that's as much. Hey up, Pond. The apps, I'm going to be. Pond, you're a good one for doing this. You're a very good one for doing this. When this video goes live on YouTube, do me a favor. Pop into chat and tell what is wrong with Seeking You and Geordie Nation. Yeah? But do it one at a time. Don't do both. Do Seeking You, then do Geordie Nation separately. Yeah? And then I can copy and paste your comment into the chat box on Lovable. Okay? Of course I'm live. They should be. I'm paying for them. I'm paying for the service. How can Seeking You 2 get made in a day? Because somebody stole the idea. And if I get enough money put together, the person who stole the idea is going to court. And whatever the judge says, that's what happens. Because that's theft. It's called intellectual property theft. And you can do a lot of time. And like I said, the people who did the second version of my version, when it happens, it happens. They've got nothing, they haven't got a leg to stand on, never mind a stool. Because at the end of the day, yeah, I'll just say to the court, there's all the information. Look at it for yourself. And then you're in the hands of the gods at that point. Jeremy, welcome in, Jeremy. I heard they were Chinese. Might be hard to get them. Morris, intellectual theft. When did that happen? 58 years ago. Hey, Morris. Code is MIT. No case. Unfortunately, wrong. Intellectual property goes beyond MIT. It always has. And if you don't know that, you should know that. Anyway, so I thank everybody for coming in, and there's going to be a few more videos, and if you post in the comments of this video or previous videos your issues on Seeking You and Geordie Nation, I can pass your comments straight to both teams. I don't need to do that. All you do is watch from the start. I've been up since 3 this morning. So just, like the last video I did, follow the instructions. End of. Yeah. And I will see you all. Justice for custard creams. God, you crack me up, man. So, prison is, well, put this way, it's what the judge would say. It's up to him. I will just say to him, whatever you decide. And one thing is certain, though. One thing is certain, and that's this: whether it's a whatever license, yeah. Because one thing is really, really certain, as I'll say to the judge: my knowledge of code fits on the back of a first-class stamp, which it does. I didn't get out of HTML5, and there are many more modules in Web Development 3. I can show them everything. And that's what I'm going to do when I get enough money to do it. And then I'll just say to whoever's at the front, I'll take your whatever judgment you give down. So I'm going to see you all 7 p.m. and have a wonderful day. Yeah. Haven't seen Code Cowboy. No, I haven't seen him either. But at the end of the day, people jump up every now and again. But one thing I'll say to you all is this before I shift. Yeah. Hype points, memberships. There's certain videos in certain categories and more videos like when this gets the green light that if you're not a member, you don't watch. And if you are a member and you go to share it to somebody and they're not a member, they can't watch it. Just remember that. Yeah. Because you don't want people coming back to you and turn around and say, oh, you just shared this video and it says I'm not a member. You muppet. Do you know what I mean? You don't want that. So tell people you're sharing videos too. You have to be a member to watch it. Yeah. And this is what Mozzo and all of these rather large YouTube channels give us the information. And more's to come. Okay? I know you are. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. There's level 1, 2, 3, 4. Level 4 currently is behind the scenes, and when stuff happens behind the scenes, there'll be content there. It'll be an hour or 2 hours in length. depending on how long it takes we to get round the loop. And it may be that we go round the loop and then round again. You know what I mean? So I will see you all at 7 p.m. and have a wonderful Friday. And it's the weekend, so don't get too drunk. Yeah. And have a wonderful day. Love you all.